Talking Jersey more, Vinny and Dino, number 12.
12.
That's a dozen.
Wow. Never thought we'd last two.
Two?
We had to skip two because two's missing.
Two's missing.
Yeah.
We have to go back to that.
We haven't forgot about you, Brian.
No, we haven't.
Sleep with one eye open. That's not a threat. Relax. But maybe it is a threat. I don't know. I told him to sleep with one eye open. That's a threat, you know?
Hugging your pillow tight.
Yeah, well, whatever. But so last week was Valentine's Day. What were you saying about AC?
Atlantic City is the fourth most romantic city in the United States to go to on Valentine's Day.
In the daytime, right? Because
it's
not romantic at night, is it?
I don't know. I can't picture that.
What part of the city is romantic?
Okay, let's even forget about the slums half a block away.
Well, it's been there for 30. It's been there for 35 years.
Forget that.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you go to Atlantic City, Vegas?
I guess you could.
On Valentine's Day with a loved one?
I guess you could.
You could.
Yeah, I mean it's not the worst thing in the world to do.
I mean that's a party atmosphere.
It depends when it is. If it's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
It was on a Friday.
Well, it was on a Friday, right? But I mean.
But they're saying Valentine's Day
all the time.
Normally.
Right, but so if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday, not much of a party atmosphere. But
what?
Listen.
You ever go to Murrah on Monday nights?
No, I like the Borgata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew where it was.
Oh, I know where it is.
Ooh.
I don't go
I
in
hope
there.
the lovely Christine's not watching this.
No, we actually on a side note, when we go there, we like to stand outside the club because we just like watching the drunks coming in and out. You know, you've been into the club? I've never been in there.
Horn dog, you.
No, we sit. It's hysterical. I mean, come on, you sit there and you're like, look at these fucking.
Although
people.
Christine was licking her chops on Scott Reeves a couple weeks ago.
She wasn't licking anybody's chops, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Licking her chops.
Yeah, he's an okay looking guy.
You said he was handsome.
You said, yeah, I did, but I'm not saying that anymore.
I think you said, good looking.
Well, is he ugly? Would you look at him and puke?
I wouldn't look at him that way.
Oh, God, so homophobic. Anyway.
I'm not homophobic. I just...
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, all right. All right, so...
Imagine that, we got off topic.
We got off topic.
Imagine that. But, I mean, there's some parts of AC that are nice. I mean, the casinos, I think once you're in the casino...
But I'm just concerned about the Valentine's Day thing. That's not... I'm sorry. I don't see that being romantic unless you're going to rent out the penthouse.
Well, you've been in some of the rooms at Atlantic City are nice. I mean, you can fancy it up. You can get flowers delivered to the room. Oh. You can get chocolates delivered to the room. Oh. You go to some of the nice restaurants and you can have a nice, cocktail with your loved one. And I mean, you can make it nice.
Oh. What'd you send Christine for Valentine's Day?
Stuff. Flowers. Of course.
Flowers?
Of course.
That's so typical. How much you pay for flowers?
I ain't saying.
That's expensive flowers on Valentine's Day.
I don't know. I just give the card and I just say deliver flowers. I don't ask.
1-800-Flowers?
Yeah, actually it is, yeah.
1-800-Flowers?
They do a good job. We need a sponsor.
Oh, Ryan's shaking his head.
No?
Heard bad things.
I've never had a problem with 1-800-Flowers. Who do you use?
That, yeah.
He still uses them. They got a bad rap, but I still use them.
No.
I mean, you can get flowers anywhere.
You always got to go to a local florist because they know the address. They'll never fuck it up.
I've never had a problem.
Really?
Never had a problem.
I never did either.
With 1-800.
I'm problem sending it to somebody. Sometimes I don't know who to send it to.
Do you just randomly send flowers out? You could do that.
You know what? I have bought a lot of roses in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'm too good of a fucking guy. That's my problem. Gotta be a jerk off.
No, you don't. I'm not a jerk off.
Bitch, we're going to Atlantic City for Valentine's Day. And
you're gonna enjoy yourself.
We're not walking on the boardwalk.
No.
We're walking 2 blocks away. And that's where I'm gonna fucking park.
In the free parking.
In the free parking.
No valet.
No valet.
Yeah, you're a cheap bastard.
We're walking through Atlantic City.
Well, you want to experience the whole city.
Because this is the 4th most romantic city in the country.
Something must be good about it.
Something must be good about
Absolutely. You ever go to...
I'll walk ahead of her.
Yeah. You're gonna be running probably. I mean, you ever been to any of the local restaurants on the main road there outside the hotel?
Carmine's.
A local restaurant, not one of those. I mean,
Nah.
You know, I've never been at
Nah.
either. I mean, so I don't know.
That was a strip club years ago. Years ago.
Okay, but that's not romantic though. I mean, for Valentine's Day.
No, not for Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I know we were still talking about Valentine's Day.
Oh, you changed the subject.
You know, it got kind of romantic that night.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Probably cost you some money though, right?
I give her $1.
But yeah, listen. The wife and I are not saying Valentine's Day. Hey, let's go Atlantic City.
No, that's
but,
not number
but
one.
we like Atlantic City.
You like Atlantic City, but that's not number one.
We go to the Borgata.
Would you think about going to Vegas for Valentine's Day?
Well, you'd have to plan a whole trip for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not going to wake up and say, hey, let's take a plane.
Well, I mean, the way this year fell, you have Valentine's Day on the 14th.
Every year.
You know, but I was on.
You think I was going to miss that one, did you?
I should blow myself up like we did last show. So anyway,
We're in the
yes,
same
I was
shirt.
on a Friday. This is my lucky shirt. We survived the bomb.
We did. Not even a burn hole. Not even a cigarette
Shred,
burn or
nothing.
anything.
Look at
No,
this.
we're good.
The fucking BB gun, the
Yeah.
bomb. We're pretty good.
Yeah.
We're solid.
Teflon Dons.
Teflon Dons. Yeah. But yeah, the 14th was on a Friday.
Yeah.
The Friday, Saturday.
And guess what? And 15th was the Saturday.
And you had President's Day on Monday.
Don't-
So that could have been a 4-day weekend for somebody.
could have been.
That could have been a romantic getaway.
You know what people annoy me? The ones that have to go skiing on President's Day weekend.
Why?
Every fucking year.
don't they
Gotta
break
go
their
skiing.
fucking
Gotta go
legs?
to the Poconos. Go skiing.
Because they all think they're in the Olympics.
Well, they're all probably school teachers because they get the day off. Meanwhile, us working stiffs are working. It's President's Day. Remember when we were kids, there was Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday?
That was cool. February 12th, all the time, and February 21st.
right.
And we got off.
That's right.
Both days.
That's right. Now,
No,
they just
not
they,
getting off
they
at all.
combine them. Now, who do you think that's more of a put down to, Mr. Washington or Mr. Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Why? Like, 'cause he took a bullet to the head?
That was a bad movie. That
I tell you.
He wished pay-per-view existed back then.
Oh my God. Well,
Now, where would you go if you had the 4-day getaway? Where would you go?
well, we have a timeshare, so we have an opportunity to go anywhere we want, really.
You have a timeshare.
Yeah, we have a timeshare.
Look at you.
Yeah, well, I don't have a Harley Davidson like
where's
some.
this at?
Well, I don't have a motorcycle. I don't have sports
Where's
cars.
this at?
Well, the home base is Virginia Beach, but we can go anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, we like Virginia
VA
Beach.
Beach.
Va Beach, I call it.
Va Beach.
I call it Va Beach.
Nice.
But so we have an opportunity, so we can go anywhere we kind of want, you know.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know. We don't travel that much in the winter. Usually we travel
But where
more
would you go if you had 4 days?
to make it a romantic one.
Kids are taken care of.
Well, the kids, yeah.
You know, your son's refrigerator stocked at school.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
You know, the neighbor's watching your daughter, making sure she's not having a party.
Yeah, that's important. I don't know. We're like the warm weather beaches and stuff like that. And, you know, no, we've never done. We've never done like the sandals, the couples thing. You know, where they never had the swim up bar and stuff. That would be nice. You know, nice restaurants. See, to me, you go to a nice restaurant, that could be romantic. You know,
It could be.
nice table done. You know, good meal, not too big of portions where you're done. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm romantic tonight. Oh. Just a nice little cut of beef, you know, some vegetables and a little bit of dessert.
What's your favorite restaurant you ever went to? Like your wife says, you know what? If we're gonna go out to dinner, this is where we're gonna go.
There's so many good places that I've been to. I mean, I can't sit here and name all of them.
But what is the one place that always pops up?
You know what? I couldn't even answer that, honestly, because there's so many different types. You got your steakhouses, you got your franchise places, you got your private
Oh, you
places.
can't count the franchise.
No, well, exactly. But I'm just saying. But we do a lot.
I know
of
you're
it.
an Applebee's guy. I know that.
Applebee's puts on a good show. They got the TVs, they got beer,
So Chuck
they
E.
got,
Cheese.
they got burgers.
Chuck E. Cheese puts on a good
you can't
show
bring
too.
you can't bring a gun to Applebee's.
I love you. We love you.
That's Barney. But you can't bring a gun to Applebee's like you could bring a gun to Chuck E. Cheese. So
Somebody's checking at the door.
yeah, you never know. But listen, when we go out to eat, we try to stay to the mom and pop places. I call them. You know, the franchise places are nice. They're good. They're convenient because they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah, they are.
You know, but if you want to go to a nice Italian restaurant, you look for a nice little place. Pizzerias are good. Sometimes you get surprised. You go to a pizzeria, you get some good dinners.
Oh yeah.
You know, so to ask that question, it's difficult to answer because you've had so many good things at so many different places. It's hard to say. I mean, there's a place I like on the Seaside Boardwalk, the Mexican joint, the one that had the extra crispy now. I forgot the name. Spicy's. They're good.
You went there.
I went there, but they're good. You know, and a place like that, what they do is, we went there one time in the wintertime, and the menu was different from the last time we were there. And we said, oh, well, the chef likes to experiment in the wintertime. So when the summertime comes, he's tries to see. To me, that's smart business.
That is smart business.
You know, it's good. You try to get, and they came around and say, well, I see you got that. How was it? Yeah, it was good. You know, so I like Mexican. Actually, truth be told, if you go to a home-style Mexican place, those places are good. The food is good. It's not salty. I hate when they cook with salt. You're a cook. I hate. Do you cook with a lot of salt?
No. You know what? The theory behind that is the salt and pepper on the table. If they want more salt, they could add it.
Now, and I know we got way off the subject again, but what's the whole thing with this? You ever watch the Food Network? They're cooking, and a pinch of salt in there like this. I'm like,
that's not a pinch.
That's like, what are you doing? Oh, it brings the flavor out.
No,
makes you drink water. You know,
that's all for show.
But to answer your question again, we like to go to the mom and pop places for especially Italian. You know, I like sushi, like Japanese places. They're all there's no chains. We don't go to the Benihanas and stuff like that. You go to
Benihana.
Bonsai. Bonsai.
Oh, fuck it. Oh.
What about you? You're a restaurant guy. So where would you like?
I very rarely go out to eat.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? You're around it all day. Last thing you want to do. I mean, to me, I'd rather have a pizza delivered to my house.
And I like that too.
Pizza delivered. That's how I make romance.
You make little messages with the pepperoni.
Ooh, little heart-shaped pepperoni.
Little sausage in the middle.
Little sausage in the middle. Sometimes the sausage is going towards. See you soon.
Bill Clinton.
I didn't have sex with that woman.
Can I have a pepperoni? Excuse me.
So you're talking about skiing on Washington's birthday.
Ugh.
Or I call it Washington's birthday, so it's President's Day. Sorry, politically correct. I pissed off a dead president.
The pretentious people that go every President's Day.
But at the Olympics,
they suck. I mean, have you watched any?
Yes, I have.
I haven't watched much.
Looking for some slippage, but I haven't seen much.
No.
And some of the people who were slipping, you don't want to slip. Didn't you say you saw a Russian girl?
It was cute though. She won an event and she unzipped her thing down to like her belly button and she didn't quite do a Janet Jackson, but she zipped up. You saw a little bit of her boobies.
Yeah.
It was cute though. She was like all embarrassed. She zipped back up.
Ah.
I bet you her name was Irina though.
Irina.
Aren't they all named Irina?
Irina.
You know, but they've been sucked. They sucked.
You're talking about the snowboarding and
oh my God.
It's like
the X Games.
It does.
Yeah, it really does. And Shaun White cut his hair actually, but they all look like freaks.
Except for curling.
Like curling.
Could you explain to me how that is a sport?
Well, you have to bend. The rock probably weighs
did you
15 pounds.
42 pounds.
It's 42 pounds?
Yes, I've been watching it very intensely.
What?
It's 42 pounds.
You're watching the women's though.
The curling.
The women's curling.
The women's curling.
Probably, yeah, I figured it's about
42 pounds.
That thing's 42 pounds? Wow.
And
I didn't think it was that big.
You have women of all ages. They're not all young.
No.
And then you see this curling club in Long Island.
Yeah.
And nobody looked under 50. So now I want to start a rally. Why isn't bocce ball in the Olympics? That takes more skill than curling.
And you know what that would do? That would bring the
Italy closer to winning.
Well, it would bring the average age of the Olympic athlete up to about 60.
You ever play bocce ball?
I did. I like bocce ball.
You like that?
It's not bad. I like the little.
I mean, not bad.
Well, it's all right. I mean, I don't yearn to do it all the time, but if it's there, I'll try.
You know, where I grew up, Belleville Park, they had bocce ball courts.
Mm-hmm.
And all the old guys used to go there.
Yeah.
And play bocce ball. I was 18. Played bocce ball.
Should I take him out?
Took him out.
By the way, bocce ball is one of my favorite drinks. I like bocce ball.
You're kidding me.
I like a bocce.
Mine too.
Really?
Emerald orange juice.
Yes, I love that.
And a little bit of seltzer.
No, I don't do the seltzer, but oh yeah.
Emerald orange. Yeah.
Boy, and
Di-Serrano?
it doesn't like, huh?
Di-Serrano?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
You know, no, the only bad thing about it is it gives me algae with the acid,
Well,
the
yeah.
orange
Well,
juice, and
at this
and
age,
the,
it does.
Oh yeah.
20 years ago, it didn't.
No, but I still have it every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's okay. Anyway.
But I don't understand why bocce ball is not a sport. If curling is, I don't get it.
I'm guessing.
I don't get
I'm guessing
the shoveling,
Okay,
the
well,
fucking.
Okay, I'm guessing if you could buy the Olympic sport equipment in Kmart, it doesn't belong in the Olympics. In bocce ball, you could buy it in Kmart.
You can't buy a curling thing.
No. Where do you even buy that stuff?
Okay,
You ever been
you're
to
saying
Dick's?
that if you buy in Kmart, okay, you buy basketball in Kmart.
Yeah. You can buy
So that
basketball.
shouldn't be a
You
sport.
can buy basketball everywhere, really. Yeah. Okay.
So that
Point
defeats
taken.
your theory there.
Yeah, but you can't buy skis,
Yes, you can.
bobsleds.
No. I like bobsledding though. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
do
cool.
too. Did you see the Luger? I think it was from not
No,
Luger.
luge I don't like.
No, that's a little weird.
No,
but
that's
did,
fucked
did you
up.
see the one, the Indian guy? the Indian guy. He's going 95 miles an hour, and he falls off. And then what happens? He rolls back onto the luge, and he ended up going, and he finished. How does he get the helmet on? Because he's got a little extra underneath, doesn't he? How does that work?
Holy shit. An Indian luger.
Does he put the dot on the helmet?
Where does he Where does he practice in India?
Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal. That's amazing. Some countries should not be involved in some things. I mean,
Luging's weird.
that's fucked up.
That's a weird.
You
You
going,
know what's even more fucked up? The double luge. Doubles. Would you lay on top of a guy in those suits, in those pickle suits that they call them?
you know what? We should do a rally in Asbury.
You went there, didn't you?
Yeah, I went there. They would love that.
Well,
That's my favorite sport.
But we don't have enough snow for that. But they probably do that for surfing. They probably double paddle. You know, but
Yeah, but the luging is fucked up though.
yeah.
You're going how many miles an hour? They said about 45 to 55 miles an hour.
Oh, you want fast.
And you're going, and it's like, whoa, what happens if you tilt?
And let's face it, when
You're going face first in that fucking ice.
it's ice.
Face first.
Yeah, but you have to root for the bobsledding though. Jamaica on.
Jamaican?
Jamaica on.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
I don't understand that.
But
There's no snow in Jamaica.
no, we don't.
But I like bobsledding. Bobsledding is cool. I like that.
That is
You ever
cool.
see a bobsled crash?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I had. Yeah. Well, let's face it, it's like NASCAR. You want to see somebody crash.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, come on. But it's really weird because they're all like tucked in, and you got the driver with his little eyes right above the edge of the thing.
Yeah, but you know what? Can you name an Oriental NASCAR driver?
No.
No.
Why? No peripheral vision?
No peripheral vision.
Yeah, okay.
And you know the terrible drivers.
Yeah.
They have a hard time making a weft. That's all wefts.
So what happens when they get to the road course? They're really fucked up, aren't
They
they?
were fucked up.
They're all over the place.
That's when they hit the button, the ejection button.
Oh.
Like fucking Speed Racer.
Or maybe if you put a Chinese food bag on the passenger seat, they could probably get We'll be there 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Where you live again? What's that address?
5 minutes.
You think about it though. We're laughing about it, but you put a Chinese delivery guy in a NASCAR car. He not only can deliver food to all of the crews, he could probably place.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the victory lane, he's doing the Pepsi and the Gatorade and everything. He's that sake. You got Sapporo?
Wok choy.
Maybe they're throwing soy sauce around.
Oh,
that's
God. Kick them
Yeah, we're done. I think we lost that crowd now.
in. Were they watching?
If we had homosexual Chinese people watching, we're in deep trouble.
fucked.
We're in deep trouble.
They're fucked.
Yeah. Well, maybe if they do the luge.
It would have hurt.
You think the losers need lube? The double losers? Oh man, God, that is a weird sport. That's how we started this conversation. The luge.
Now, we started by curling, actually.
I won't tell you what my parents and I used to call it growing up. We used to call them the retards with the brushes. Because they did it with brushes. They didn't
I
do
just don't understand the sport of it. And they're saying that the way you cut the ice with the brush
You
or
create friction.
direct.
It's a friction thing. And then when they're rolling it, they put the little spin on it. Do they use bowling shoes, you think?
Well, they're not using skates.
No, they look weird when they're like moving. They like push off.
Like
with
they're
one foot.
sliding.
Yeah, well they have to slide. It's ice.
They're like doing the electric slide.
Maybe we should open up a curling rink. Is it called a rink?
I'm interested in trying that.
Can you imagine opening it up? I mean, we got enough ice in
I mean,
Jersey
curling
last month.
Curling has picked up tremendously. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, it's on the nighttime shows.
Okay.
They're busting on it and
But
stuff like
next
that.
week when the Olympics are gone, are we going to be talking about it?
No. I think curling might last for about a month.
A month? Maybe. That might not be a bad thing to open up.
Curling?
You have room in the back of the club? We can have a curling club.
You know what? I'm
We got
looking at
enough
that
ice.
driveway across the street right now. Just put a couple walls around it.
You need walls. You just couple 2x4s.
It's like a bocce ball court with ice. Look at that.
Ryan, erase that. We don't want anybody else taking that idea.
That's a year-round business.
The court's a little small. The bocce ball courts are a little smaller than curling, I think, right?
Then you just put a partition.
No. You can have back-to-back bocce ball courts, and then you just take out the middle thing like they do at friendlies. You know what I'm talking about, right? They take out the little dividers.
Man. Friendlies.
They make a good Sunday. Actually, the burgers are pretty good. Not that we're way off topic.
A friendly burger?
What do you get, Ryan, when you go to Friendlies?
I don't go.
Then how'd you know about the partition?
I never went to Friendlies for food.
When I was 10.
Yeah, exactly. We take the kids.
Yeah, because Brian, your mother and father having a funny go
every
out
once
that
in a
night,
while,
and they took it to Friendlies.
their ice cream is pretty good, actually.
The chick didn't come in yet. That's what they went. Well, ice cream, yes, but not burger.
The food's not bad. I'm telling you. We don't make a regular practice to go there. Don't get me wrong.
How many times have you been to Friendlies in 2013? For food, not for
Me?
ice cream.
Once or twice, maybe. Is that
For food.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
So anyway.
Coming from a guy who doesn't go out, so. Yeah. But
how about the conditions in Russia too? With you see the toilet?
do you need a shower curtain? I got a couple on my truck.
Stealing shower curtains.
Didn't they have like seats in the bathroom? Like
Yeah,
it was
they
like
had
an audience. It was like an
three
audience.
seats
It was like an audience. I don't want anybody seeing me do that.
It's like, can you pass it? Can I have a piece? I need a piece.
And Ryan was telling us off camera before about Bob Costas getting the pink eye. Did you see? I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see it. He did either.
But can you imagine other shit that you're picking up in that country?
Oh, you're picking up all kinds of shit.
Don't shake it. I'm not shaking your hand. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
and I'm talking Jersey and more. We're really going to the more section.
That's really the more section, but still.
But Russia or Soviet Union, whatever it want to be called these days.
Whatever.
I always call it Russia.
Yeah.
Why are they spending money on sending astronauts to the moon to find out that there's nothing there? And Mars?
Did they get to the moon yet?
I think so. They've gone to the moon.
Did somebody walk on the moon?
I think so.
Really?
I would think so. I mean, we've been up there for how many years already?
I gotta
40 years?
I gotta get on the internet. I haven't seen that.
Well, I mean, why are they even spending money in space?
I don't know. Not to mention, did you see the weather? The guys that walk around in short
59
sleeve
degrees.
They're walking in short sleeve shirts.
59 degrees. There's a Winter Olympics.
I heard somebody.
What happens to the ice melts?
I heard one of my friends on Facebook say that's one of their resorts that people go to in the wintertime for the warm weather. So whose idea was it to have a Winter Olympic there?
That's a resort with 3 toilets in a row like that.
Well, you think Putin would have wanted to put on a show for the world? He really doesn't care about his people.
No.
I don't know. Where's Gorbachev? Is he dead yet?
What's that Mexican vacation where swingers go to?
Swingers? I have no idea.
What's that called? Oh, you remember that? I'm trying to remember that.
So what's your point?
It's, well, the 3 toilets in a row is like the Russian swinger.
Oh, in a toilet? That's disgusting. Well, it's Russia.
Well,
It's Russia.
Exactly. They're not watching.
Olga.
They're not watching.
Olga gave you a massage. She'll break
You
your
know,
neck.
why are all these people leaving and going for the Russian brides? I actually looked on that site years ago. Some good-looking women on there.
Well, of course.
But they come for 3 years, they marry you, and then you leave. And you take half your money.
And they probably have 9 toes and 7 fingers. And you don't know where they were hatched. Some of them.
Oh, some of them look good though.
Well,
But
Anna Kournikova, she was Russian.
yeah.
Maria Sharapova.
Oh,
Maria Sharapova,
who's that?
tennis player.
Oh,
Yeah, very attractive. She was one more than Anna Kournikova, who didn't win shit. But it didn't really matter. Maybe if she played in the Olympics.
possibly.
It's so warm in Sochi, they could have the Winter and Summer Olympics.
They could do both.
Yes.
So we ignore this for the next 2 years.
You know what? It's not like the same when we were kids. Remember when we were kids? You looked forward to the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to watch
yeah.
the agony defeat guy. I wanted to hear Jim McKay and Bob Beatty talk about the skiing. Even the figure skating. You know
Franz
what?
Klammer.
I remember him. Austria, he come flying over the hill.
Sports Illustrated had him on the cup.
Not to mention, look how much they cheat now. They paint the ice in the snow so they can know where they are.
That's just being politically
Grow a set
correct.
of balls.
Is there advertising in there too?
They should be.
be advertising.
Grow a set of balls and get down there, go 100 miles an hour and go, ah! I mean, seriously. Oh no, there's the blue line. I don't want to go over that. I might get killed.
And these guys snowboarding, really?
Is
You're
that
an
a sport?
athlete? Are you an athlete?
Listen, they're athletic. But,
They're athletic.
but
But I've seen snowboarders around here
yeah,
doing just the same.
yeah.
You know?
There's plenty of snow for hills in Point Pleasant.
That's for sure.
But
Lots of snow.
But the Olympics were disappointing.
Nah. That's
I
almost
wasn't-
over.
I wasn't happy.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It was
About
over.
2 years.
It was over before it started.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Do we even know where the Summer Olympics are in 2 years?
Um,
Exactly. We have no idea.
No.
No.
No. Nor do I care, actually.
No idea.
Because there's not curling there. If there was curling there, I would care.
Maybe they could put little balls on the bottom of the stone.
Bocce ball, baby. Bocce ball. If they're going to do cheerleading in the Olympics, they should do
What?
bocce ball.
Cheerleading in the Olympics?
Yeah, that's politically correct. You're gonna sure. Everybody, just because you're an athlete, that doesn't mean you can't go to the Olympics.
It's just Pumbaa. Bugs Bunny, rah, rah, rah.
So we got everybody dying on us now. All of a sudden, all our childhood.
Yeah. They say it happens in threes. But what happens when you hit the fourth one? Is it you start a new
You start a
three?
new one. Start a new three.
You don't just go back. You don't forget the
No,
first one
no.
and just say the last three.
New three. New three.
I mean, so we're done with Paul Walker, right?
Oh yeah, he's old news.
He's old news.
He's old news.
Okay. He's all burnt up.
Yeah, that story's burned.
I never even heard, we said it before, I never even heard of that guy.
I never heard of him either.
I really honestly never did.
I mean, the autopsy. Wait for the official word of the autopsy. It's fucking hot.
Yeah. Here you go,
really-
man. Here's your son. I mean, but and after
And an
him,
ashtray.
and after him was who? The Hoffman guy, right?
Hopping guy, yeah. Him and a needle in his
His
arm.
needle. And
I hope
sure-
I saved 10 people.
Yeah, fuck him.
How many have died since then?
Then you had the former ambassador to Czechoslovakia just died,
Who's that?
Shirley Temple.
On the good ship, Lollipop.
Yeah, that ship sunk, but
That sunk.
but she was a nice lady. She was cute. She was a cute kid, though. You have to admit.
She looked pretty good at 85.
She really did. She really did.
And I'm not really into redheads, and she looked pretty good.
She did. We don't know how many surgeries she had to fix the face. She could have done the Joan Rivers thing with the knot in the back of the head.
But you
just
know what?
pulling-
How creepy was it? I saw a clip of her. She was on a train,
Okay.
and she's dressed in like a mini skirt type thing.
At what age?
I guess 6, 7.
Okay. Oh yeah, the little kitty. Yeah. Okay.
And all these guys are on the train,
Yeah.
and they're like pulling her in, and she's performing.
That ain't happen nowadays.
That ain't happening nowadays.
No. Not to mention she was dancing with a black guy. That's not going to happen nowadays either.
No.
I mean, not that there's anything
No.
wrong with it. I'm just saying, but that was very controversial back in those days.
She's on a good ship. Lollipop.
Nowadays-
She's singing around, and the guys are looking.
Nowadays, with all the fucking weirdos out there,
Oh yeah, no.
that's weird. You know, but seriously, back in those, Bill Robinson, the guy she tap danced with, that was controversial. A little white girl dancing with the big tall black tap dancer, that was like, whoa, wait a minute. And nowadays you don't think twice about
No.
it. You know, it's not a big deal.
Well, a big black guy with a little girl, you would think something of.
Not for entertainment, not in a movie. I mean, I would think nothing of it nowadays, but back then, the way this country was. But she was number
You think
3.
she would twerp if she was dancing these days?
Probably as a 5-year-old too.
She would twerp.
Yeah, probably.
Miley Cyrus.
I
what a
think
train wreck.
it's twerk, not
Twerk.
twerk. Twerp is a
Twerp.
little kid. Now, if you had said the twerked, that would make more sense. But you were so old and out
I'm
of
so
focus.
fucking out of the
You're out of the loop on
The
that
only thing
one.
I know, Miley Cyrus ended up to be the most, out of the top 100,
Annoying?
desirable women, she ended up number 100.
Oh, 100, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Well-
I think they just had to throw her name in there because she's topical. Because
Yeah.
she probably ended up less than 100.
Wow.
She probably was like 1,000.
Oh, man.
I don't even think Bieber
I mean,
wants
she's
her.
not that bad. I mean, she's not my cup of tea.
I'm not into the short hair look.
I'm not either. She's cute with the long hair, but 100. I mean, that's kind of shitty for her. Yeah, even Ryan's looking at it. She's not your cup of tea either, but I mean, 100.
100?
Although I did see, I had don't listen to cops, a bootleg movie, American Hustle.
Okay.
Not a bad movie.
Who was in it?
Amy Adams, Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sure they were in the list. Probably top 10.
Ooh.
Good movie. No, there was no crazy nudity crap or anything. It was a good movie. But those are the types of names that you usually see on those lists, is my point. And Miley Cyrus, I mean, she's topical, like you said, but 100, I mean, that's kind of crappy. Maybe 75.
Yeah.
You know. And who was the fourth? We had a fourth, right? That just passed away?
Sid Caesar.
Sid Caesar, that's sad. He was funny.
I don't, you know.
He was funny, come on.
He was funny.
Grease,
He was
he
funny.
was the coach in Grease.
He was funny.
He was good. Show of shows. You know, back
Fall
in
off the
the-
face of the earth, though. Nobody today knows.
Well, he's
him.
91. I mean, what the hell did he do the last 30 years? I mean, come on,
I
seriously.
don't know. What did he do?
Not
Nothing.
much. Not much.
Nothing, so he's off the face
But
of
from
the earth.
age 25 to 50, he was probably, you put in today's dollars, probably made himself a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
but that's sad, you know. But so like we were saying, so it happens in threes. So we can kick Paul
Who's
Walker.
next?
Paul Walker's done. So we're down to the three we just talked about:
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, Sid Caesar.
Sid Caesar. Who's next?
There was a fourth. We missed one.
Oh, no, the Hoffman guy.
Oh, the Hava. That's what we
But
said.
that's
so much you
old
forgot.
news
See how much
already.
we forgot about him already? I don't know. Ava Goda? He's been dead for 30
No,
years.
not Fish.
Oh, no, he's alive. Yeah.
Not Fish.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
You can sit here and
You know what the sad part about it is? As we're aging, Vinny Barbarino,
He looks terrible, doesn't he?
Arthur Fonzarelli,
He doesn't look too bad for, you know.
Richie Cunningham.
He always looked bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he still wearing hats?
Who?
Richie. Hey, Richie.
Oh,
you're
the skipper.
bald. You're
Not
bald.
the skipper, Professor.
Oh, Professor's dead, yeah. Russell Johnson.
Only Marianne and Ginger are left.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
Marianne and
So
Ginger.
you think-
How young were they when they were on that show?
They were young, especially Marianne, I think, was young. Tina Louise was already somewhat of a minor star.
Yeah.
But, so you think the Professor angled more towards Marianne? I think he was more of a Marianne girl.
Ginger wowed him.
But he knew he could
But
always go back.
Professor,
He could always go back to
yeah,
Marianne.
Marianne.
Yeah, she was always cute.
You know what we should do? Because you got the Final Four coming up soon.
Oh, I see where this is going. Go ahead.
I think we should draw
Okay.
64 names out of a hat
Okay.
and put them in a bracket
Okay.
and pick.
When you say names, what
I'm
kind
saying
of,
names.
What kind of names?
Pam Anderson.
Oh, we're gonna pick names out of a hat.
Oh, yeah.
Who's women who had their
no,
who
no,
have their
no.
fake boobs removed?
No.
Because there's plenty of those.
We're gonna have the list there, and I actually did this once, and I actually got into an argument with somebody because she thought I was disgusting. And how could I pick that person over that one? But
okay.
have a Final Four, have all the brackets. We'll pick 64 women, and we'll have our Final Four. You take the East and the South, and I'll take the North and the West,
So, okay.
and we'll see who comes in the middle. The Final Four.
You didn't just say that, did you?
Oh shit.
You think I heard that, did you?
Yeah, I know, but it was meant to be that way for the first time in my life.
Yeah, we'll just we'll just clean it off there.
Just for a goof on the Final Four. Because do you or I care about the Final Four
I do. I like watching.
besides brackets?
No, that's the only reason why.
No, that's the only reason.
ESPN.com, and I just put my bracket in. I only
You
did
ever
one.
win?
No,
No.
no.
Come close?
No. You ever hear what's his name? The rich guy. He's going to give $1 billion if somebody has a perfect bracket. One of those rich, annoying people. I forgot. Everybody that is watching probably knows. Come on, give me a break.
$1 billion.
So you think we can get money for doing our little lady bracket?
Let's put it out there.
Maybe. Maybe we'll actually get some subscribers.
Playboy, Hustler,
Well, it is, you know.
Penthouse.
But, no, okay, well, whatever. Maybe they have to be dead or
Maybe
alive.
good housekeeping.
Dead or alive.
Might call us.
They have to be dead or alive.
I think we have to go alive.
Because?
Only because, I mean, Farrah Fawcett
Yeah.
and Nicole Smith. Oh, I loved her. Oh. Dizzy Blonde.
Well, she was the drugs that did that. You don't
Well,
think you don't think
prior Anna Nicole Smith.
you don't think she woke up? You think she woke up with a needle in her arm? I think so.
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think we should give that a shot. But see, but the problem is going with the dead people. Okay, well, are we talking Farrah Fawcett when she died, or Farrah Fawcett in the red
Of course
bikini
not.
poster that
Of
everyone
course.
had?
Oh, of course. Of course.
You know.
That's what happens. But then we're gonna eventually we have to bring in a female counterpart and let them do the
A guy bracket.
Yeah, it's got to be fair.
Yeah. Did we get the first round bye?